It's 8:26. As you can see, it just turned. So all my Virgos out there, my two favorite Virgos that are born 8:26, you know who you are. Well, at this very moment, if you check out that astrology, you saw that the moon at 28 degrees of Scorpio was right opposite of Uranus, and I just came alive, and I was just like, I don't know why I'm setting this up, and I don't know why I'm doing any of this stuff, but let's get into it. That's the time right now. I already got my setup over here. We got our copper going today. We got a little sale. That means the energy that we have today, the energy that we're getting, the things that you're tapping into is definitely going to reach the whole galactic, because that Venus is right on that Neptune, that galactic center. Everybody's like right there. Everybody's right there. So let's get into it. Like the first one, the Guardian is asking for ask for support. This is a time to like reach out. This is a time to really talk to people about things. What does it say over here? It is okay to ask for help. Consult your angels or someone physically you trust. Ask and you'll receive. You know, sometimes we really have to get past the pride and just be real honest with people. I've realized that when I've seen people for like a lot of years and stuff. And now you can like finally like be like your real self. Anyways, the best way to ask for their assistance is to thank them for the help they provided as if they've already been given. This helps us sustain the vibration of the solution and be open to receive. That's it. Be open to receive. Thank you, angels, for showing me and helping me to transform all that's standing in my way of loving and believing in myself. Thank you, angels, for showing me and helping me to transform all that's standing in my way of loving and believing in myself. That's amazing, because every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. Yeah. If you don't wave a wand, you can't do the magic, you know? If you didn't have an intention, you couldn't really do anything. Look what's popping out, guys. 6 of Cups started to speak already. Listen, these cards are turned over. You could definitely well see. I don't know what's going on. Well, what's this guy thinking about? Stuff in the past. Someone like you left behind. Sometimes, you know. We'll see what that story is about soon. But how about I caught that thing right when the moon's right there? We have a few minutes with this moon thing here, because he hadn't gotten really exact. Which means that, like, by the time I dive into that first deck over there, you know, so I'm like pacing around here. We have another message today from the White Oracle. I love this and I keep this. This is one of the real key indicators when you actually do physically touch the card to like pick it up, that it's really going to, or the one that you select. I don't know how that happens, but for every person that collect this one card, it really is about what it says. Anyways, I haven't read it yet, and I don't remember what this actually really meant back then. Anyway, so here it is. What does it say? Your inner and outer scars are marks of your soul's courage. They are signs of strength and survival of your willingness to be alive. The sacred scar speaks of that which once caused pain being transformed into higher knowledge and inner power. Trauma shall be transformed through spiritual initiation, leading you from woundedness to wisdom. Woundedness to wisdom. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind things happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. You can trust your healing process and in the hidden higher purpose behind happening as they do. You are strong and you shall flourish on all levels. Wow, the messages today are like fantastic. What else do I say about her or him? And then we have our last message here from Isis. Scales of balance. Ancient tantra of the soul. That sounds nice and juicy. The messages now. You are tantrika, an initiate on the path of divine healing of the masculine and feminine, the two sacred polarities that are universal to human experience. As these energies come into mutual respect and balance, you attain great power, presence, and a healing effect in the world of the soul and in human world of forms here on Earth. You are supported in further exploring this path now under the auspicious blessing of beloved Isis. Wow. So this is initiation part. Listen, this is initiation with Uranus. This is going on right here. Like, this sound came out of nowhere and says, if you're listening to all of this is divine. I'm telling you. Here, we're moving on. You are in the process of sacred relationship healing of the divine masculine and feminine energies within your own soul. This is the advantage spiritual path of Tantra. It is the connection of the body and soul. The effect of this inner divine relationship healing is genuine enlightenment of the mind and body. The body becomes a living sacred temple of light, energy, and wild aliveness. This embodiment can be experienced in movement, in deep stillness, in vitality, and in quietness. You are the Tantrika, a sacred priestess of the tantric arts. Some people mistakenly believe that the Tantra is simply about sexuality, but the truth is that the journey of the soul to bring masculine and feminine polarities now into wholeness, love, unity, empowerment, and to learn to be an enlightened path in every element of your being. This is soul building work that is great service to the spiritual healing and evolution of humanity, which is in deep need of such things. I always believe that stuff. I want to say, I never read this. I'm reading this for the first time along with you. Sorry if I didn't seem so smooth, but I'm trying to understand at the same time. And for real, like, I truly had believed this, and I truly had cultivated that within my own self. So, like, this message really isn't just like an initiate from me. What it's really saying is that I did the work, or I'm doing the work, or maybe I'm just perfecting it. Like, how like you just do a whole bunch of stuff, but then you finally get the relevance of it, by like a certificate or something like that. That's how I feel. Anyway, let's move on to today. I just feel like we've learned so much. The blessings right now. You know why tantric is right? Because the moon in Scorpio is water, and Uranus, which is fire, is with earth. So you have like an element of like water, fire, earth, but part of water has air. So all elements are also in a play right now during this thing that we're going through right now with the Scorpio moon on the opposite of an earth earth Uranus. That's crazy, right? That should show you like how intersync they are to work together. All right, what's the current moment? Yeah, we're in the third eye. Yeah, all of this stuff, we're in like high vibrations, man. I hope you're enjoying that. I hope whatever you're connecting to right now, whatever you're thinking about, that your intuition is going to be right on this. All right, here we are. How about the boat over here? With the boat over here, we're manifesting here. Can you get a little bit? How about we move the boat over here, baby? How about we move the boat over here? Yeah, we're going somewhere. Yeah, we got a healed heart this time. Yep, we're in the chakras, baby. We're not even like The oracles are saying chakras. What do they say over here? Yep. There's nothing like a good transformation. You see how yesterday we went from the heartbreak? I don't know if you read yesterday's reading or whatever, but the reading before this had this wonderful woman out here. You know, we gotta embrace ourselves in every state. That's how we become better than ever, right? Alright, what happened in the past? Yeah, some unusual thing knocked on our door and set us sailing. What else happened here? And a new beginning happened. Yeah. This blasted through to a new concept. And it was exciting and full of fire. And here we are. Yeah, it brought about a whole bunch of dreams, some beautiful people, some things, some fantasy. You know that Mariah Carey? I'm in heaven. Ba-da-da-da-da. And look. And there was sudden quietness. The dreamer. He is dreaming, she is dreaming. They're both dreaming. So, but they're in this healing heart situation. Here we are. And what happens here? In a 2, there's a whole new love just gonna spill out over here. It's no longer sleeping. It's popping out now. It's ready to go. What happened? Yeah, unconditional love. Some healing happened here. Wow. So we get the Queen of Cups, we get the Ace of Cups, and we get the Four of Wands. So this is 11-11. This is the Queen of Cups with that Ace of Cups. I think someone's ready for some. We're ready for some love today in our life. So let's see what this third eye wants to talk about here. Wow, we're going over our nightmares. What's at the heart of the reading? Strength. Holding on to the status quo. Keeping our place. Keeping people, keeping ourselves, keeping our passions and our desires and our carnality at bay. You know, a kind of temperance, because we're waiting for the world to change, and it's changing here with this transformation. How do we end this? Well, can you have 2 Ace of Cups at once? Yes, you do. And this Ace of Cups is at the bottom. 2 Ace of Cups, baby. 2 Ace of Cups. And you can see it's all spilling over. If it was starving for some love, if you're starving from the heavens answering that call today, mermaids are coming out of their places. You know, when people think of impossible love, just remember The Little Mermaid is a fucking story, you bastards. And if you think about impossible love, just remember Rapunzel had like some long ass hair for some man to climb up on. But when you think about impossible love, just remember Cinderella had some ugly ass sisters who had some beautiful clothes that a prince never looked at. Just when you think about impossible love, it's all around the story. That's what makes the story, right? Not the easy people that get together, right? Nobody cares. That's not true. Love is a miracle. It becomes a miracle when it's like this. Well, you can't get through Ace of Cups like this, baby. What? There's aces everywhere. Yeah. Brand new day coming over here. Alright, so let's see what this heart chakra is about here. Yes. Look at this. Yeah. Look at this. There's a change. This. Oh, well, we'll get to this in a second here. We get to 9 of Cups. We get to 9 of Cups. Look. There's 9 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. How do we end this reading? Ace of Wands. I want to say that all the aces are out. Actually, are we missing an ace? Ace of Wands. No, these are two Ace of Wands. These are the same. We have two Ace of Wands. We have two Ace of Cups. Those are action and they deal with emotions. So, yeah, after a big long fight. Look at this. Whoever this person is. Yeah. Well. How does this story end here? With the Knight of Swords. Finally, this incantation of getting this little ball in the air. This knight finally has control of this and is taking it. You know, it's beginning to start to move this thing, but Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, an awakening, Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, Ace of Wands. Yeah, this phoenix has risen. Look at that's a phoenix, guys. That's a rebirth of a person. You know. Look at this one. I mean, this ram is a shaman. You know. Here he is. Wow. Look at him. Look at the sleeping woman. She doesn't even know. We move. Well, that's your reading. I mean, wow, seriously, I capture this in the opposite sign, like of Scorpio. The moon is Scorpio, opposite of Uranus, and I think that how there might be a couple times that it does this, but these are great times to do this, and we had everything going. I love this though. This is so super cool. Okay. Belonging, acceptance, and assimilation. The primary joy of life is acceptance, approval, and a sense of appreciation and companionship of our comrades. Our sense of belonging and acceptance by others require affirmation, peer recognition, and acceptance, and is compelling motivation and reward for our participation. So all the crazy things we do, like what we talk about, what we wear, what we stand for, they're all about that. Well, whatever the form, all the variations of the same basic objective, namely a confirmation. I am this and I belong, and this in turn, you are this and we accept. You know, when you show people a little bit that you're willing to be a little bit like them, to be accepted, that's someone that acceptance is why you do that, because we want to belong. All right, bye.